Oh, hello. Welcome to this harvest episode, our first harvest episode for this project, Artist Survival Station. Here's my station. You can see there's a lot of stuff growing on it. We're going to go through a harvest process today. And next episode we will deliver those to some people. One thing I haven't really spoken about that I had some questions about this week was lights. Microgreens don't need any special light in the sense that you can buy a very expensive light and it's not really necessary. You need some sort of basic light that is about 12 inches to 2 feet above the plants. And that'll be enough. And here I have 3 different types of lights. I have in this shelf here just a regular T8 4000K. It's like a cold white. This is just a shop light you can get at the hardware store. It works perfectly. You can see everything's very happy on the shelf. That's probably your cheapest option. In this top shelf I have 2 different lighting devices. I have here LED versions of T8 fluorescent bulbs with a slightly different color temperature. You can see it's a bit warmer. And here I have what's called full spectrum magenta lighting. These are specially designed LEDs. The color that is created, the magenta, is actually a combination of a lot of red, some blue, some yellow, and some white, and it creates this magenta color. It's kind of purplish. These are fairly cheap lights. I can't say that I see a difference between the different ones. They're all more or less in the same price range. I decided to have 3 different lights, and in the top shelf I'm going to put some more T8s like I have right here, the cold light T8s. Mostly because I think it's quite interesting aesthetically to have the different lights. It's also a bit of a tribute to my favorite microgreens channel, Corey's Cave. Shout out Corey, check it out. Somewhere there'll be a link to Corey's Cave. Corey is really good about always testing new equipment, testing new lights, and seeing how things grow. And I just love watching that process, and I love doing that kind of process myself. Trying to find the little bits of increases of efficiency in a fairly simple system. Here we don't have anything to compare it to because these are all different crops. So the peas are always going to be taller than the mustard, you know? Like, it doesn't matter what light it's going to be on there. So it's not really an A-B test as you would do, but I do like the color scheme, and it has this kind of hodgepodge aesthetic that I kind of like at the moment. So that's a little bit about the lights. You can see on the sides here, now a fan for each level. Just see this one here. Barely see it over top of the wheatgrass, but there is in fact a fan here. You can see, and as well on the other side, I put fans. Microgreens love airflow. I mean, the basic thing you need to grow microgreens is pH balanced water with nutrition. Check out video number 3 if you forgot about that. You need lights, so that's what we're talking about here. And finally, airflow is super important. I think they need airflow mostly to avoid moisture. Okay, so you can see that the broccoli here, for instance, is very dense. I mean, they're all actually really dense. I mean, these are all really good-looking trays. Here are some arugula that I planted the other day. You can see it's still yellow. I just uncovered it. So in order to avoid mold or any kind of problem like that, these plants need some airflow. And if I stick my finger in here, It is not very moist inside. Slightly moist, but not too bad. So yeah, let's do a taste test, quick taste test, and then we're gonna start harvesting. Every microgreen has a slightly different taste. I won't pretend to be an expert on this. Every microgreen kind of has a hint of the taste of the adult plant, while also having something a bit different in them. You got to remember that these plants are very, very young. That's what makes them microgreens. They're very young versions of the adult plant, and so there's some chemical processes inside the plant that maybe have not taken place yet, and that's why the taste is a bit different. They're also really, really packed with nutrients. I mean, the full-grown plant will have more fiber, but in terms of minerals, antioxidants, all that kind of stuff, vitamins, the microgreens can sometimes have more of that than the adult plant because the plant actually uses those nutrients for its own growth. Some are very mild tasting, some are quite strong tasting, and we'll go one by one. First thing is I have a couple of the cress right here. Really nice little leaf, really cute. It has a bit of a peppery quality to it, and then like an aftertaste that's almost like a hint of anisette. It's a strange one. I think it's good to add to a salad. It's not something to eat on its own. Here are the pea shoots. This is the speckled pea. Actually, probably could have been harvested a tiny bit sooner. You can see it's already growing some of the true leaves. It's nice. It has the hint of a sweet pea kind of taste. I think this would be really good in a salad or to cook some meat with them or something like that. Saute them. I think they'd be really tasty. Here we have some bok choy. It's like a mild version of a bok choy. Like it doesn't really taste very strongly like it, but it has something in the aftertaste that reminds me of bok choy, maybe like that slight bitterness. It's definitely less bitter than bok choy is. It has more of like a green, fresh kind of grassy taste. Broccoli is pretty similar. I wouldn't say it tastes like broccoli, like a nice salady taste. It is incredibly high in nutrients. The broccoli specifically is like super microgreen. I will go with the wheatgrass next. I mean, we all kind of know what wheatgrass tastes like. These are good to make wheatgrass shots or juice. Finally, last and not least, my personal favorite from this batch, and I will definitely grow these again because they grew really well. This is the wasabi mustard. So very cute little leaves. And this one is just so strange. It tastes like wasabi. I mean, after about 4-5 seconds in your mouth, you start having this wasabi build. It's not spicy like wasabi, but it really has that taste. All in all, they're all tasty, they're all healthy, and we're gonna harvest them and deliver them to people, and hopefully people enjoy them. So here I have a tray of broccoli that I grew. You can see there's a lot of broccoli here. I just want to show you the roots here. So this thing grew pretty nice roots. What you need to harvest, a pair of scissors or a sharp knife that was sterilized with isopropyl. And I have gloves, as you can see. I also have a mask, COVID mask. I'm gonna cut a little bit for myself, and then I will put the mask on and cut for other people. You got your scissors. You just wanna grab a little bit, and you wanna cut pretty close to the root, about let's say an inch above the root. And so you can see a nice little clump here. You can see there's some seed pods that did not fall off. I mean, they're really at the root. Honestly, you can eat those. They're fine. I don't know if they have a lot of nutritional value, but they're fine. They don't taste bad. I'm gonna cut these off and put them in another tray. And now I'll put my mask on and keep going. So this is what the tray looks like at the end. You can see it's just the roots and seeds and the hemp media that's left there. Here's my yield. This is a fair bit of salad right here. That's just one tray. That's just broccoli. So there are 5 more trays. So let's get going here. Okay, so one thing is, what happens with these hemp mats? Will these grow back? The answer is no. For most microgreens, they will not grow back, or if they grow back, they'll grow a lot weaker. So this is one of the reasons that I really wanted to use the hemp, because it's a biodegradable material. It's easy to biodegrade. In fact, you just put it in your recycling or compost. So that's what I'm gonna do with these. Let's just take a quick look at the yield here. So here we have 10 care packages. That's after I already took some for myself. You can see each one I made a mix of broccoli, bok choy, and cress here. And then wasabi, and here we have the peas. So there's a few meals for each person here, and some wheatgrass for the juicers. So we're all harvested and packed. I have all my microgreen portions in this bag. This is 10 portions, and I will be starting to deliver them this afternoon. It's a beautiful day outside, so nice bike ride around the neighborhood. I gotta say, I hope you really appreciate the irony of this whole project. This is an art project, and here I am about to get on my bike and deliver microgreens to people. So who knows what art is and what life is and what being a farmer is in 2020. I guess we'll find out.